What's up everybody, it's Drew Wilkins with Swine and Bovine Barbecue, and in today's video we're making some jalapeno cheddar chicken sausage. Let's get going. What we have here is 5 pounds of chicken thighs. Gonna cut these in half. They'll fit through my grinder just fine when they're cut in half. Your grinder doesn't have as big of an opening as mine. Just cut them down a little smaller. We're gonna go through a coarse die. And this idea came about because my wife loves barbecue. She loves sausage, my sausage particularly, but she doesn't like eating a ton of red meat. So she's been asking me to make a chicken sausage. So we're gonna make a jalapeno cheddar chicken sausage. I've not really seen jalapeno cheddar chicken sausages done too much. I'll be interested to see how this turns out, but as you'll see in a second, when we start coating this with spices, and by the way, these bigger ones I'm cutting into chunks of 3 instead of just in half. But we're going with the same spices we traditionally would for a normal beef jalapeno cheddar link or beef and pork, however you want to make it. So we're not changing really anything up from that aspect, and I'll be interested to see how it turns out because this is the first time I'm making a chicken sausage and we're just going all thighs. This is 5 pounds of chicken thighs. We're not adding any additional fat because then that brings in the whole red meat component. You're either gonna get it from beef or pork. So keeping this nothing but chicken. Really excited to see how it turns out. So gonna finish cutting these up, then we'll get our spice mixture on. For our spices, we're gonna go in with some kosher salt, coarse black pepper, granulated garlic, granulated onion, a little bit of paprika, a little bit of ground mustard, and then lastly, for some color and some kick, we're gonna go with some gochugaru. These are Korean chili flakes. So I'm using these instead of crushed red pepper, which I've traditionally used in the past. This should give it a great color along with a great flavor. I'm gonna give this a nice, healthy mix. Our chicken is nicely coated in our spice mixture. We're gonna put this in the fridge for 2 hours. No pink curing salt. This is not a cured sausage, so there's no set amount of time you need to leave it in the fridge. If you want to grind it right away, go ahead. I'm gonna put it in the fridge for a couple hours. We'll come back, grind it with some jalapenos, add the cheese, add a binder, then we'll case up this sausage. Well, I forgot to hit record, but we went ahead and ground up all our chicken. We threw in 3 jalapenos, ground it up with that as well. Had the components for the grinder in the freezer for a couple of hours. Put the chicken on a sheet pan in the freezer for about 30 minutes as well to make sure it's nice and super cold. But we did all that, just forgot to record it. So now I'm gonna get this grinder out of the way. I like to rinse water through it right away. These things get incredibly sticky and hard to get off. So it doesn't take long, I'm not fully washing it, but just a little tip, rinse it right away because this meat can get real sticky and real adhesive. It'll save you a lot of time cleaning in the long run if you just rinse it now. Our grinding gear is rinsed off. It's time to mix up this sausage. So first, we're gonna go in with our binder, some non-fat milk powder, per usual. Then we're gonna go in with some ice cold water. Got some cheese that's gonna be going in, but not just yet. We're gonna get this pretty well mixed before we put that cheese in. Just going for a nice tacky bind on this. Right before we get to where it's fully tacky, we'll add in our cheese. This is always about the point I fully regret not putting on a cotton liner glove because this is an extremely cold mixture. Got a bigger KitchenAid mixer, you can always use one of those as well. I have the normal non-professional KitchenAid mixer that has a smaller bowl. So 5 pounds of sausage more than maxes that out. So I guess you could do it in a couple of batches, but just saving some dishes and doing this by hand. All right, we're getting really tacky, so we're gonna go in with some medium cheddar cheese. Get it all in there and continue to mix. All right, we've got a nice tacky bond. Just like we always do, we want it to stick to our hand. If it falls off in a clump. And that's what we've got here. Nice tacky mixture. Let's get this in our stuffer. Fill up our stuffer. Make sure to pack it down in every time you put more meat in. Helps avoid air pockets. We certainly don't want in our sausage. Run some water through our casing and slide it on. Everybody's favorite part. Now we case. Just going for a nice tight link without busting it. About 1 full rotation on this Haka stuffer, then pinch. I'm twisting away from me. It's important to remember. So next time we'll want to go the opposite way. So same thing, about 1 full rotation on the Haka, pinch towards. I mention it every time, but I've unwound a lot of links making sausage, not remembering which way I went. So that's an easy way to ensure you go the right way. So we went towards, so this one's away. And repeat this until you're out of meat. So our sausages are nice and cased up. These ones humbled me a little bit. I went through this portion rapid, and then getting the rest of these done, I think I popped about 5. So anytime you think you're cruising right along and know how to case some sausage really well, then come back and slap you a little bit. But these are gonna go in the fridge on wire racks overnight. Let the casings dry out real nice, and we'll smoke them tomorrow. It is the following day. Our pit's cruising at 180 degrees. Let's smoke some sausage. Going on the pit with a wire rack, per usual. Keeps the sausage clean, makes moving them around easy. Our sausage is ready to smoke. We're gonna let this get to 150 degrees. So we're cooking at 180. We want the sausage to come up to 150. We'll throw them in an ice bath, put some others back on to fully cook and eat. Most of these are gonna end up getting vac sealed. We're gonna cook some off to try them, see how we did. But for now, these are gonna cook. We are an hour and a half in. Our sausages are looking fantastic. So we're gonna flip these over, let them go till they come up to 150, then we'll throw them in an ice bath. 4.5 hours into our cook, and these sausages are ready to hit an ice bath. They're temping at 150. We're gonna cool all these off, then we'll heat the pit up to 250, 275, and cook a few of these off. That way we can see how they taste. But for now, they're hitting the showers. We've talked about it before, but the ice bath helps the sausage stop cooking, prevents any steaming from happening inside the casing. It helps give us that awesome, snappy casing that we love. These turned out to be beautiful links. Night night. These bad boys are done and hot. Probably went a little too far. I know you're supposed to cook dark meat to 175, but I was only planning on taking them to 165. But these are some damn good looking links. They look fantastic. We're gonna let these cool off a little bit, slice into them, and eat. Let's see how these look. First, put this knife away. Let's see how they pass the snap test. Not bad, not incredibly snappy, but not too terrible. But man, that is juicy and good looking. Let's slice it up, see how our bind is. Looks fantastic. Waited a while to eat this. Let's dig in. We have waited long enough. It is time to dig in. Cheers. That is really, really good. I've got to have another piece to give this a go. It's phenomenal. It has all the characteristics that you get from an all beef or a beef and pork jalapeno cheddar sausage, minus the flavor of beef and pork and some of that richness that comes along with it. But the flavor characteristics are there. The jalapeno and cheddar that come along with this is fantastic. The spices that we used all marry really, really well within this. You know, we took it to 175 and still, as we showed earlier, incredibly juicy. I was a little worried about not adding any fat to it. Most of the time when you hear about chicken sausages, they have pork fat added to it. And as mentioned, didn't want to do that because the wife was looking for a sausage that wasn't predominantly red meat based. So we just went whole chicken on this one, and it's really good. Should have brought a napkin out here. There's got to be more of you out there that have wives or someone that wants to eat chicken, or people that maybe have a cholesterol problem and don't want to eat a whole lot of red meat. and this is absolutely a phenomenal alternative for it. It's got a great smoky flavor to it. All the characteristics are there that you want in a good sausage. So this is definitely a success in my book. The wife was supposed to come out and try this on camera, but shocker, it took longer than I expected, but it's pretty late in the evening right now, and she's been in bed for probably about an hour. So her camera debut will have to wait for another day, but she tries this sausage tomorrow. I think she's gonna be pretty satisfied with how it turned out. Thanks for watching this video. If you like it, please hit that thumbs up button. If you wanna see more videos like this, please subscribe. If you have any ideas on what you want to see me cook next, if it's another chicken sausage, or if you have any comments on this chicken sausage, make sure and leave it in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.